I did a disgusting thing the other day.
Oh, yeah?
Folks, as you know, I just recently moved into a new place here in beautiful Kota, Japan.
Hold on, we're recording? There's folks?
The listeners, they're all around us.
Oh, okay.
We're in the cloud, Ray.
Oh, man, what do I don't know?
I am on the second floor, and there's this metal stairway that leads up to my door from the ground level. And about a month ago, I noticed that a little wasp had started building a nest in that stairwell, in the crook in the middle.
Yeah, that's no good.
Not at all. But you know what? I would pass him. I would go down the stairs every morning to get to work. I would go around the stairs. I'd go right around his nest because he was right in that center. And he would just track me the whole time. He would just be rotating in a circle, following me with his eyes as I walked down the thing. It was just one wasp.
Someone's got a secret admirer.
I know! No, wait. And I kind of started thinking, this little guy, he's just like me. He's got his own tiny little place. Maybe he doesn't know anybody.
He's an expat.
He teaches, he's an expat. He teaches English to the Japanese wasps.
Right.
I don't know. And, but then I got to thinking, well, wait a minute. This starts to break bad as soon as wasps move inside of my apartment. Because I've had wasps in the past. Not when I lived alone, but when I lived in Pennsylvania, there was a wasp nest
on the wasp farm. On
the wasp farm, we would ride the wasps around every day.
In old Pennsylvania.
No, they would get into my bedroom when I lived in Pittsburgh, and they would hide under my bed. And if I was, one time I was barefoot and I stepped near my bed and I stepped on one and it stung me multiple times.
Oh man, I hope that's the end of the story because I'm already chilled.
Oh no, there's great stuff coming up. Uh-huh. Well, hang on, I'm gonna need you to pull a mental reference here, everybody. I want you guys to imagine that you went into like a Godiva chocolates, chocolatier, I believe they're called, chocolatician.
Right. Actually, I'm from the Bay Area, so it'd be more like Ghirardelli.
Okay, you get chocolate from a deli?
No, Ghirardelli.
Oh, okay.
Chocolates.
I'm sorry. So imagine that you go into one of these establishments and you buy like 3 or 4 like banana cream filled, like a yellow cream kind of thing, and you stack about 3 or 4 of those on top of each other, and leave them in the sidewalk for about half hour.
This sounds very decadent.
It's delicious. Leave them right there,
except for the melting on the ground part.
Now let's go back to me and the wasps. I finally realized one day, all right, I got to get rid of this guy. This is no good because eventually these eggs are going to hatch, and I'm going to have a whole lot more wasps on my hands.
Yeah. Can't you just call in a strike team?
Yes.
Like in Call of Duty or something, you just call in the airstrike, and then
I wish.
Yeah, but no, you had to handle it yourself.
I did. I had to handle it myself. I come home from work one day and I notice, he's out. Maybe he's running errands. I don't know. And
at the wasp conveni.
Yeah. And so I figure, all right, this is my chance. I gotta nip this in the bud while I still can. So I went inside and I grabbed an umbrella, and I came outside, and I started like waving the umbrella around the nest to make sure that there was nothing in there. And I just knocked it right off. It was connected to a steel girder. I just quickly knocked it onto the floor. And I thought, good, all right.
And inside was a human head.
Herman's head. So I went down to examine the nest and to sort of throw it away, I guess. And I get down there and I pick it up and I look inside, and it's disgusting. There's about a dozen eggs in various stages of hatching, I guess.
All right, yeah.
So I do the only thing that I know how to do, and I throw the thing down on the sidewalk. And I want you guys, let's pull up that mental image. Let's go back to those melting chocolates in the sun with the gooey yellow centers.
Yeah, it's not much of a leap, I think.
I want you to stamp on those things with your heel. And that's exactly what it looked like when I crushed the nest under my heel. It was an explosion of just larval wasp. It was the grossest thing. Maybe the grossest thing I've ever done. And it was like a cartoonish sound effect. It was like it was something out of like a collection of sound effects.
Well, yeah, at that point you should have just been listening to a podcast or something.
I really should have. Well, no, I wanted my ears free so that
you're just like listening to Jordan Jesse go.
Hey, moment of shame! I just killed wasps.
This helps.
Yeah. I know. I wanted my ears to be free in case I heard any angry buzzing around me. So yeah, I did the deed. I crushed the nest. Gross. Just one of the grossest things I've ever done. There's this.
Well, I mean, did you really feel like you had to do it? Because you already knocked the nest down. I mean, did you really feel determined to really finish the job?
Yes, that nest.
I mean,
right. The nest is not connected to some sort of outlet or cable. Like, the things are still going to hatch.
I understand that. I'm just saying, I don't know how far it fell.
It's the thing is really light.
Look, I'm not as stupid as I sound. All right, I'm just trying to, talk with you here, have a dialogue about this thing.
Well, I wanted to make sure the eggs did not hatch, so I crushed the thing.
Yes,
and it was gross. And I thought it was, it was all done. We're through. And I go inside. I go to bed. I wake up. I go to work the next day. I come home.
Then you wake up next to a dead wasp head.
I wake. Yes, reveal camera slow pan out. Right. Giant wasp head. No, I go to work. I come back. I walk up the steps to my apartment, and the wasp, whose nest
is standing there waiting, with a rolling pin.
Yes, and like curlers in her hair. But no, I'm trying to walk up the steps to my apartment, and it's sitting there where the nest used to be.
Yeah,
following me around, like I mean, with its head, it's rotating like it would before, even though the nest is gone. And there was this weird vibe of not cool, man. Like that's the kind of vibe I was picking up from the wasp. And then I went inside and Googled, do insects seek revenge? Turns out, not usually.
Okay. This is No More Whoppers. Thank you for listening. We have a big show going on, so I'm going to try to rush through this. My name is Ray Barnholt, attendee of the Albuquerque Tequila Sip and Corn Chip with Bean Dip Housing Flip. And with me, as always, American Idol winner Alex Fraioli. Just ended just 2 days ago. How are you feeling?
Don't stop believing. I don't know anything about American Idol.
That was the song that you used, yeah.
All right,
well, yeah. Week for you.
Hi, folks. I'm back again.
Yes, you are. Yes, I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's a beautiful spring day here in Kota Town.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same. It's just been windy this whole time over here. I just don't like it. Especially when I have this long hair and it's bugging the shit out of me and I'm not getting a haircut yet and it's hurting me.
I could cut your hair.
Well, please, get on the fucking plane and let's do this.
Snip, snip.
All right. Right, like I said, we have a lot to... We probably have... This may be one of the biggest shows that we're going to do.
Yeah, this is a long one.
We have lots of fun things to talk about, to get angry at.
There's a lot of anger.
Revelations.
Both staged and real. Yeah. So see if you can tell the difference.
So yeah, this is a big one. Folks, this may be the one that you show to your friends and family.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. We might have to make a clean version.
Okay.
Whip out our swears.
Yeah.
And, our gay subtext. So yeah, well, let's begin, with the little stuff, the little bit of, our regular recap. I thought I would just launch into it myself and start by saying that I had another little physical folly this week.
On again?
Yes, it's a little bit grosser than the plant mishap from last week. But it's shorter. So let me just say this. Alex, when you drink some water or whatever and it goes down the wrong pipe and you start coughing kind of uncontrollably?
Yes, I'm well aware.
Yeah, well, I did that enough to vomit.
Ew! No, you didn't. No.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
That's disgusting.
Well, yes, it was. But, it wasn't as bad as you might think.
When my dad said he wanted to hear more, news from Ray, I don't think this is what he meant.
Well... Strap in, everybody.
All right, okay, here we go. So what were you drinking at the time?
Water. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's basically the core of the story. Although, in my defense, it wasn't that bad. I have a hardwood floor, so it just went away really easily. And
Now
it wasn't
you-
even like really, it wasn't in a huge bit of vomit or anything. It was actually mostly just one little piece of food that went up.
Oh, jeez.
And
is-
spilled. That was
this
it.
is gross.
I
This
had
is
eaten
disgusting.
dinner not about, a few minutes before. So,
So
it wasn't really that bad. It was a very little bit, but it was very surprising nonetheless. And much like the plant story, it was something where I had to just laugh immediately and just like, God, how the fuck am I doing this?
did you fall to the floor again?
No.
Okay.
No, I did not have that instinct. Well,
That would be great if that was just your defense mechanism for anything in your life is to just drop to the floor.
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't cool though. Nonetheless.
No, that's
But
not
it
cool
was-
at all.
It went away very easily.
You're not picking up chicks with that move.
This was not like, this was not super gross vomit. Like,
Hey,
some
let's
guy
go down to the Home
at the
Depot
counter.
and cruise for chicks. Ray can do his vomiting act.
and then fall down. It's part of the act. Well, better fall down, Bill. I'm Ray.
Hire a sound effect guy to just follow you around. Boing, oing, oing, oing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that happened to me this week. Yeah.
I attended one of my school's sports day. That was kind of fun.
That's usually a thing that happens at a lot of schools. You have the track and field day or whatever,
This is
You get out there, play some lawn darts.
This was
some
actually
bocce ball.
a community day. It was community sports day, which means that there were events. The events that the kids were involved in were sort of
Themed around the show community.
themed around the show community. No, Ray.
It's the Abed ball toss.
Interspersed. What?
What?
Interspersed
Character on
with
the
adult. Oh, I thought it was a Final Fantasy X thing. Interspersed with adult events, by which I mean the parents join in, not like adult
Sure.
entertainment events, because that would just be really weird.
Yeah, think Father Son Day.
Yeah, but with the family.
Well, yes.
Think Parent-Child Day.
I was trying to think more like, you take the son to the company barbecue and you do the three-legged race, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Anyway, continue.
The one thing that struck me about the sports day that seems to be very Japanish is the music selection that they have over top of these events.
Do you mean like they put a boombox somewhere and just play a CD?
No, they have it hooked up to the PA system. There's speakers all around the grounds,
Ah, yes.
and they have like a stereo in the main tents that they load up music for each event, and the music selection sounds like you're in a movie where a sports day is taking place. It's like they play the William Tell Overture
Oh, wow.
or the Can, or what's
Is it stuff like our theme song?
no, it's much more.
Curry Quarter Quartet?
No, it's not as like
Childish?
yeah, it's
not
more
like
it's more like music from Stunt Race FX.
Okay.
Or a brass cover of an AKB song, or the theme from Star Wars. Just imagine any music from the trailer for a family comedy, like
Right.
any like music that would be tagged with the words capricious or lighthearted. Like anytime a trailer for a family comedy opens with
This
that's what the
this
kids were
sounds
running to.
Yeah, it sounds to me like it's just the school using their same music library they've had for the past 40 years.
Yes, yeah, oh yeah. I saw the CDs that they were using. These are like special compilations that schools buy that are just loaded with brass covers of Star Wars or the Can or whatever.
School music.
Yes, exactly. I thought it was it kind of felt weird.
Well, yeah, that does sound pretty Japanish, like you said.
And I was
Did
sort
that
of
throw you off your game?
a little bit, yeah. But I was not in the best mood to begin with because I didn't want to be there. I had to go on a Saturday. I had to use up my Saturday. Spend all Saturday morning and afternoon at this thing, which I want to kind of support the kids, but
Yeah,
it
you're
was
still new.
it was
Gotta
maybe
show some support.
it was maybe only like 30% of the kids doing the events, and the rest of it was the adult events or just ceremonial crap,
Yeah.
And there were other things happening that day, but I'll get into that later.
All right. I can understand though, because there's no beer, there's no barbecue this time.
Yeah. Now I did have sort of a personal victory with the kids in terms of in that I finally said, you know what? I can't do this during class. I did it on the playground. I said, here's the deal. If you guys start to go for the balls, I go inside. Okay.
But then they said, "What? This is all about balls. This is their field day. What are you talking about, Mr. Friuli?"
No. This happened.
You had to clarify.
This happened during school, not during the sports festival. This happened earlier in the week.
See, you have to clarify, even to me.
Sorry. And I finally laid down a rule, and yes, one of the kids broke it. And yes, right. I left. I quite literally took my balls and went home.
Now wait, you just left the room, or?
No, this was outside. This was during recess.
Oh, okay.
I said
okay.
I can't do this during the lesson because I can't leave the lesson.
Yeah.
I've been very tempted. In fact, I may make an ultimatum in the future to some teachers before the lesson to just say, "Hey, check it out. Next time it happens, I'm leaving the room and going back to the teacher's room for the rest of the lesson, and you deal with it."
I've been a veteran of this stuff.
Yeah.
It brings back bad memories.
It is. It's PTSD on a primal level.
Yeah. That's actually, that's not a good, it's not a bad argument to bring up.
Yeah.
So you just left them in the middle of recess when they...
I did, but, this is the good part, is that when I saw those same kids at sports day, the same kid, tried to go for the... And his friend said, "No, wait, don't do that, because remember what happened last time? Alex just left." And the kid's like, "Oh, yeah, that's right."
Frazier has left the building.
Yeah.
They do call me Frazier for some reason.
I'm listening.
So, do you think they've learned, maybe, or are on the way to learning?
I think a small portion of them are on the way to learning.
You think word will spread?
God, I hope so. Jeez.
Either physically or virally. I don't know.
Or violently.
Violently.
I don't know. I'll keep you guys posted.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't think much of us really. I mean, look.
What? Finish that thought, asshole. Finish that thought. You're going to say you don't care? Is that what you're going to say?
I'm just saying that maybe,
what? What? Finish your thought. I don't know what you're trying to say.
I forgot, honestly.
This is a real
just me being snarky.
Yeah, this is a real top-class operation here that we got going.
Yeah. I can't tell if you're really mad now. Jesus.
No, not really.
Okay, thank God. Okay, so that's a good setup so far. I puked a little, and you had fun at sports day.
Yay!
Not really, though. You were bored at sports day.
Oh, yeah.
More like boards day.
Yeah, let me go back in time and use that one.
No, that's not.
Raymond, in the past week, I wrote a very personal blog entry exclaiming my love for Final Fantasy XI. Do you recall this?
It was very personal, yes.
Yes, and it took me all of last Sunday to do it. It was a lot of fun.
It came from the heart.
It came from the heart. And I was so overwhelmed with the response to it. Not from anybody who read it, just from me. That right. I wanted to, get back into the game. I wanted to start playing FF11 again.
I'm Alex.
Yes. It was another one of those moments where I left out of my chair.
Back, yeah.
I took a step out of my body until I could see Alex.
I'm Alex.
Yeah. And I thought, my God.
Because I'm Italian,
Yeah. Do you have a monkey just doing your drops?
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm trying to tie things
together. Could you keep it in check?
I'm checking it.
Well, let me tell you something, my Kraut Mick friend.
You got to do better than that.
It's not my fault that you can't.
That I can't what?
That you can't, properly react to it.
I wanted to get back into FF11. Raymond had alerted me to an Amazon sale. Only $8 for everything.
Yes, I should... Let me just preface that the story that you're about to tell, I've been through it every step of the way, so I might not, act surprised or anything. So.
No, I'm counting on you to give some color commentary during this thing.
I'm mostly going to giggle.
Okay, all right, good. I'm excited for that. There was a sale on Amazon, $8 for Final Fantasy XI, all 4 expansions, and all 3 add-on missions, and then all 3 add-on scenario mini expansions. It was everything for
right.
$8.
Yep. And they also had FF14, which I got as a preventative measure for later when that game upgrades.
Yeah.
So,
that's
good deal.
Wishful thinking.
Well, you never know.
I know. It's not fair to me to say. But yeah, I thought I want to get back into FF11. So I decided one day after work, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I go to Amazon. Oh, wait, the sale ended yesterday. Well, it's back up to $20. I don't want to pay $20. Raymond then alerts me, Square Enix has it for $15. $15! Sold! I'm going to do it.
Yes.
I feverishly run the benchmark on my little netbook, and I can play it all right on the lowest settings.
Right.
So I figure,
you can play it about as well as a PS2 could.
Yeah. So I figure, all right, fine. I played on the PS2 for 3 or 4 years. I don't mind that.
I'd also like to say that this is about the 8th time you're replaying the game, or wanting to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I just want to establish it for the listener that you're insane.
I am insane. I started
in ways
off
that most of us can't comprehend.
I started on the PS2 with, I bought all the PS2 expansions and stuff myself.
Of course.
Then I switched to PC, and I believe I received the install discs from a friend of the show, Smoo, which I still have. And then the netbook does not have a CD drive, so I gotta download them. Not a big deal. I don't mind. So I got that. It's all installed. That runs out in 60 days, by the way. If I want to put it on my Mac, I have to do it within 60 days. Yay! Thanks, Square Enix.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but I downloaded the not the installer, but the installer downloader, just in case I could use that. I don't know if I can later.
Right.
Anyway, it's installed on the netbook. I'm excited. I go to log in. Oh, they abolished, or they're trying to do away with Play Online. So what they did is they're rolling it up into a Square Enix account. You now have to register for a Square Enix account and then transfer your Play Online account to the Square Enix account.
Yes. Now, did you not do that before? Because
No,
I thought it was recent enough.
Because here's the deal. No, they started doing this last summer, right after I quit the last time.
Okay. Yeah.
And
I remember I bought it on Steam, and then I did that transfer thing. Not
Yeah.
that I started playing it or anything, but yeah, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of that.
I quit last summer, I believe around July, and they instituted this stuff, I think, in August. So I just barely missed it. And this is connected to the problem I'm going to get to, which is the bill pay system. They completely revamped the bill pay system last summer. It was all being handled by Square Enix, and up to that point, they were doing a really bad job of it. People's accounts were getting hacked, and characters and stuff were getting stolen, and
Right.
so Square Enix eventually gave this out to a company called PlaySpan. PlaySpan, starting from last summer, is in charge of all the bill pay for Final Fantasy XI, and I guess 14. I guess all their online stuff. I don't know.
I don't know.
So I go to register for. I have a Square Enix account. I log in with my Square Enix account. I figure, all right, this is going to take 5 minutes. I go to link my Play Online account. I put in all my information. Play Online, name, password. Everything's fine. It's all accepted. The last step. I'm on the last step, which is register payment. And I think, all right, well, I've got my card here. I have 2 credit cards. I put in the first one. This is the card that I used to buy Final Fantasy XI, not a few hours ago for $15.
Yes.
It is promptly rejected by Square Enix. I think, okay, whatever. I then use
by Square Enix or by the other...
I'm sorry, by PlaySpan, under the guise of Square Enix. Yeah, folks, right now, this is all taking place within the Square Enix account under control of PlaySpan. So I figure, all right, I'll use my other card. The card that I used to play FF11 from the very beginning. I've been using this card for years and years. Surely they'll take this one. Reject it.
You've called it Old Cardy.
I've called it Old Cardy.
Now, wait a minute.
Yes.
I want to step back a bit. Now, there isn't. You installed the game.
Yes.
And there is no longer a way to get in the internal game client and set up the billing through that.
No, I'm glad you brought that up.
Right, because that's how I remember it.
I started up Play Online. It lets you go as far as downloading the updated Play Online client, and then it says to go any further, you have to log on to. You have to make a Square Enix account.
Right,
now, when they instituted this plan originally last summer, people did recommend doing it through Play Online because at that time you could. Doing it through the Play Online client was a lot easier than doing it in a web browser because there were fewer safeguards, which ironically became encumbrances and prevented people from registering anything.
Yeah. And that's how it was since the beginning up to that point.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
And I think even if you had a credit card registered when they made the switch over, they would still honor that card. They would still use it. But this is the weird thing. They stopped taking, for this window, it was about a 6-month window starting from last summer, when PlaySpan started taking control of the bill pay for all of Square Enix's online stuff, they stopped accepting credit cards, new cards. It was Krista. You had to use this bullshit Square Enix's answer to beans. You have to buy Krista, this fake currency that they're using.
I think a more up to date reference would be like Microsoft Points or something.
Okay, there we go. And I just like silly names.
I know. Not a 1998 web currency initiative.
Peapod.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh. Yeah, there was a 6-month period where they were only accepting Krista.
Right.
And here's a hilarious side note. Krista was never actually confirmed as a legitimate form of currency in Australia. So, like, if you're in Australia and you didn't already have a credit card registered, you were just fucked. You can't play the game.
Well, we dodged that bullet.
We did.
That particular
one.
But,
yeah, poor players in Australia had to suffer for 6 months. Eventually, I think earlier this year, I think in January, the PlaySpan finally said, all right, hey, you can finally use a credit card. Yay!
Throw a virtual shrimp on our Barbie. Yeah.
Anyway, flash forwards to now. This didn't affect me. My problem was just getting it, registering a card. Really, the first sign should have been when I tried to log in to my Square Enix account. There was like a maintenance placeholder page that said, sorry, Square Enix accounts are currently undergoing maintenance, and it's dated May 14th.
Yes.
That should have been the first sign.
About a week or so later. Yeah.
But I found there was a separate link that actually worked. So I did that. I logged in and I tried to register my cards. No dice.
Yeah, this was the first red flag.
Yes. So I go through this card thing. I'm like, oh, geez, what do I do? So I Google this. I find multiple multiple guys named Fred cannot play Final Fantasy 11 anymore. Multiple
that high-pitched kid on YouTube?
Threads. Yes. No, it was Fred Schneider. Taro!
Oh, God. Not again.
I find multiple threads about this problem. It's error code 601. This is the infamous error code 601, for which there are 4 possible problems here. And I'm going to run through them in a minute.
Very typical in any sort of software development.
Well, the worst part is if you go to Square Enix customer support and you search for error code 601, nothing comes up. It doesn't recognize error code 601.
It's the same problem on PlayStation.
Yeah?
If you have a PS3, you can get error codes that nobody knows what the fuck they do.
I love those.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at these threads, and I can't find an answer. Eventually, I find an official thread on the official Square Enix forum where a user made a new thread that said, error code 601, what is this? I can't pay. I want to play the game. And he's describing his setup and what's going on. And in his first post, he says, I searched Square Enix customer support. They didn't recognize code 601. I searched for every term I could think of. The support did not help me at all. Can anybody help me out? At the bottom of the page, a Square Enix moderator eventually comes in and says, this forum is only for discussing technical issues with the game. For questions about bill pay, please consult Square Enix customer support. Like this guy just delineated in his first post, Square Enix customer support was no help.
Yeah.
But the mod has to, give the company line, but please consult Square Enix customer support.
The company line is
is you're fucked.
If you don't know anything about the person's problem, please do not attempt to ask anybody who may be higher than you for help, and just tell them this.
Yeah. So the official thread was no help. I searched a lot of the fan sites. Alakazam, Killing Effort are the most popular ones, I believe. Final Fantasy Auctionhouse.com. And everybody seems to agree the error code stems from these problems. Number 1, not being in the same region. I believe that's called geolocked. I just learned that term yesterday. Thank you, Raymond.
I made it up.
All right.
Also called IP locked,
IP locked. Second possibility. Your browser, you have to go in your browser settings and turn off something. You have to allow pop-ups. You have to basically open up your entire browser to accept every possible thing, because there's a verification process that goes on that your browser can get in the way of. Failing that, you have to use Internet Explorer as well.
Of course. Japan's favorite browser.
Yes! Oh, God. The browser at my school, one of my schools, is Internet Explorer 7, and every time I log into Gmail, it's like, your browser is out of date. Try using a modern browser.
Wow.
Yeah. I love that it uses the term modern browser.
No, that's the classic Google bitch slap.
Yeah. The other one is the name on the card doesn't match the account name that you registered with, and I believe the fourth option, which I believe happened to me, is the bank thinks it's fraud. Because what PlaySpan does, much like iTunes does this with $1, PlaySpan does it with a penny. They test your account. They charge a penny to your account to see if the account is real. But you know who else does this? Scammers. Yeah. So the bank thinks it's fraud. And the bank rejects it, says, no, what the fuck are you doing? You're testing this account. And everybody who's had this problem, when you call Square Enix, they say, oh, you got to call your bank and tell them to approve it. And then you call your bank, and your bank says, no, you got to call Square Enix and tell them to charge the whole thing and not this one penny shit.
Yeah.
So both things...
But who's calling PlaySpan?
Well, that's what somebody in one thread did call PlaySpan. I think that's how it was discovered that they were using IP locking. The PlaySpan was pretty upfront about that, actually. Here, this is possibly the funniest part. And by funniest, I mean the part that makes me want to cry. I did some more Googling. Further Googling reveals that PlaySpan uses a system called Ultimate Pay. I guess that's the whole infrastructure for this payment system, Ultimate Pay, which I find ironic because ultimate means final or last. And yeah, if this shit keeps up, I'm not paying you anymore. This whole thing...
And then death.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously. PlaySpan is owned by my bank.
What, really?
Wells Fargo owns PlaySpan.
Holy shit.
What this means is that Square Enix's bill pay infrastructure here is so piss poor they can't even get my bank to pay itself.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I'm not surprised because, like I said, I've been with you on this. But yeah,
yes, yeah, you've been with me the whole time.
Yeah,
folks, I have used screen sharing with Ray to submit everything from an American IP, and it was still rejected, all of it.
Right.
Ray, I even tried using Ray's PayPal account. Nothing. Somebody just does not want me to play this game.
Their shit is broke.
Yeah. Now
I mean, I don't know how much more of the story you have, but I just want to.
I got just a little bit more.
Okay, well, go ahead.
So yeah, I kind of give up on using a credit card. I think, all right, fine, I'm gonna use Krista. Oh yeah, not just a low calorie soft drink anymore. All right, I tried to use the Ultimate Pay. I register for that web. I try to register with Ultimate Pay or PlaySpan or whatever, and I register my email, and it says, oh, this email's already registered. And I like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm choosing forget your password. So I click forget your password, and they said, we've emailed your new password. But then it says, please click on the activation link that came in your email. Like, what? Wait, no. If the account is active, why are you sending me an activation link?
Ugh.
So I get the thing, I click on the activation link, and it's garbage. It's nothing. It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Broke.
Yeah. And so eventually, Ray, you helped me out again. You registered a dummy account just for me, which was very nice. Long story short, PlaySpan also rejected my attempts to buy Ultimate Points or Ultimate Gamer Card or whatever the hell I had to buy to buy Krista. This is the hilarious part to me, is that I'm spending $20 to buy 2,000 Ultimate Points to trade for 2,000 Krista to trade for $20 worth of online service.
Yeah.
Does this sound batshit insane to anybody else?
No, actually, seems normal to me.
I've never pounded on my desk more than I did yesterday. Like, Ray, you just had to.
We're just getting upset.
You just had to put up with me just screaming into iMessage for hours and hours. But you should have seen me just seething with rage.
Yeah, no, I would not want to be with you physically.
No.
That's a drop. Sorry. Laugh to myself.
Note to self.
Cracking me up.
Now, yeah, I'm hoping that this will be resolved. I doubt it. Folks, I gotta play that. I gotta get on before the end of the month because there's a special item that you get if you play before their 10th anniversary thing ends, and I want it. It's a thing for, I'm not gonna get into the game shit. It's a good item, let me say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you look at the Square Enix support center, I went back to the support center, I looked at their list of updates for the past month, and it's just payment processing issue, recovery from payment processing issue, payment processing maintenance. It's all of this shit. It does not stop. And anyway, sorry, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, do you have any insight of how it's done in the Japanese version of the game?
Yes.
Like, did that all move over to third-party billing?
I don't believe it did. Because I don't think they were having problems in Japan. Yeah. It was just foreign accounts that were getting hacked. I believe Square Enix still handles that stuff on their own.
That's probably a huge, huge part of this problem.
Yeah.
because they don't give a shit
No.
unless it's in Japan.
Yeah, but most of their, I imagine most of their revenue for this is coming from outside of Japan.
I know, but you're dealing also with different divisions of the company.
Yeah, that's true.
That probably don't have the resources to be responsible for all that shit.
Well, speaking of division of the company, the only thing that's kind of kept me going is the acknowledgement of the fact that the game that I want to play, the people behind this beautiful, beautiful world that I think is so well realized are not the same asshats that are in charge of bill pay.
No.
And I just, if I can just get through this one shitty part, I can enjoy a wonderful game again.
Well, again, I going back to Japan, I would say, would you be desperate enough to find a way to buy it in Japanese?
No, I don't think so.
So you only want to play it if it's less than $20.
Yes.
Which you already did, obviously. You already bought it.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, no, I mean, that entire shit sounds completely broke.
Hey,
and like I said, and like you said, I got the dummy account for you, so I went to that site.
Thank you.
And it seems very rickety from the get-go.
Yeah.
The site doesn't even list anything to do with Final Fantasy on it. It's all, it's all these other games
it's
that you
ridiculous.
can buy their cash for. It's completely broke and no one gives a shit. I bet that your Wells Fargo probably bought it, from a pre-existing site or something.
Yeah.
And then they didn't integrate it well.
No.
And no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah. Now, I am trying one more thing, which is there's another service called Click and Pay or Click and Buy, which is similar to Ultimate Pay, but
it's one of those PayPal alternatives that seem a lot skeevier than PayPal.
Yeah, it's like it's based in Europe somewhere, and it's like super shady, and people have reported being double billed and unable to get refunds, shit like that. And I'm so desperate to play this game that I actually applied to them. So I'm waiting on that currently. But if I get, I'm not holding my breath here. I really don't think I'm going to be playing anymore. Yeah.
Unless you want to get so goddamn desperate that you do buy it in Japanese or something. But as you said,
well, no, I don't.
Probably not going to happen.
No, but I think if I bought it in Japanese, I would have to get a Japanese Play Online ID. I mean, I have a Japanese Square Enix account, but I can't link the two. You can't link them across regions, and I'd lose my character and everything. So I don't want to start from zero.
And then you have to find a way to pay for that or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure this all worked great back in 2004.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was like you put in your card and you play.
Yeah, how about that? But then, there was a huge influx of like gold farmers.
Yeah.
And all sorts of other hacking shit. And Square Enix needed to find a way to crack down on it. And they didn't have the resources to really do it internally, I guess.
Yeah.
And so what they did is they went through all these third-party things, and they got the, you can buy the authenticator keychain bullshit as well, like WoW or whatever. And then, it sounded to me like a bunch of stopgaps, and it didn't really plug up anything except, people's ability to play.
Buy a Square Enix security token.
Right. It's the classic sort of big corporation trying to fight infringement or crime or whatever, and it doesn't. It only services them.
They're just doing it the wrong way, the absolute wrong way.
It's like, okay, you blocked out all these Chinese and Brazilian fucks, but now the actual people who want to play the game and like it can't.
Yeah,
because you're using all these fucked up methods that don't work, and you abandon it, and no one's happy anymore.
I gotta say though, on the subject of the security token, I'm almost tempted to get one just for the bonus that you get when you buy it. Is it in game? Shut up.
But you need to play it first.
I know. Okay, when I get it working, I want to get one because you get like an extra 80 units of storage on your character, which is unreal.
Yeah, well,
so looking forward to that.
Sounds unreal for sure.
Yeah, you know what's unreal? My ability to play the game.
Well, I just want to say, Dragon Quest X in August.
Yes.
And then PSO 2.
Yes. Oh, isn't that out?
Maybe in beta, not for
okay.
And then maybe I'll play FF14. Yeah.
I hope you do.
And then we can pretend to be little squat trolley things again.
Okay.
Look, I'm just saying this is not the end. And when I like I said before, when God closes one door, he opens up another.
There goes a Galca!
Usually into your face, but nonetheless.
Well, folks, since this may be, I may not play FF11 again. It may be the end. I'd like to dedicate a song. Ray, do you mind?
I guess not.
Okay, so
I don't have a choice, though, do I?
No, we're gonna take a listen together. Okay.
Final Fantasy XI.
Hey,
Final Fantasy XI.
did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world?
Final Fantasy XI.
And if you did,
Final Fantasy
was
XI.
she crying?
Let's play Final Fantasy XI.
Hey, if you happen to see
Final Fantasy XI Online.
girl that walked out on me, I want it gone! I want it gone! Tell her I'm sorry.
Final Fantasy XI.
Tell her I need my baby.
Final Fantasy XI.
Oh, won't you tell her that I love her?
All right, that's all I wanted to do. Are you okay?
No, it's like I lived it.
Well, I'm glad. All right, we can take a real break now if you're ready.
Empathy is just pouring out. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Let's take a break. Our mega episode shall continue.
Yes. All right, folks. We'll be right back.
Well, folks, we're back. That was I'm still kind of teary-eyed from that, Alex. It's a touching story.
I really miss her, is all.
In due time. But then again, if you love something, set it free. But then again, that's not probably what you want to hear.
I never understood that at all.
So I'll just shut up. So yeah, are you okay though?
I think I'll manage. Yeah.
You got really mad during that whole episode.
Anyway, folks, Final Fantasy XI. While I was thinking about Final Fantasy XI, while I was doing all this and writing that blog post, I was listening to a lot of the music. And there's one track that they released. I guess when they introduced Chocobo Raising, they added a song called... Ray, how would you pronounce this? CHOC hyphen A hyphen BYE, baby.
Chocobo Baby?
Chocobo Baby. That's what I would think, right?
Yeah.
You know, because it is Chocobo. But I am also... I've sort of been conditioned, to see that as a abbreviated form of the word chocolate.
Sure, right. Chocobo Baby.
Yeah. I saw Chocobo Baby.
In French, Chocobo Baby.
The way that a Final Fantasy XI player or Final Fantasy fan would read it is Chocobo Baby. Is it just me, or does that sound like choking a baby?
Well, sure, to an outsider.
Okay.
But those of us who are nerds and know the Final Fantasy universe could easily see it's a reference to Chocobo.
Yeah, but if you said that in conversation, I don't know, I think it would sound weird.
Well, yeah, but how often do you say it in conversation?
Oh, not often enough, let me tell you.
I mean, besides Mr. James, are you really talking to people that much about Final Fantasy XI in your real life?
No, and I haven't seen him since,
right.
By the way.
It's not like you'd be, hey guy, have you listened to Chocobo Baby lately?
Well, I did have that exact conversation. No. But this reminded me...
With a woman.
Of... Oh, if only. This reminded me of an outfit in Nagoya, when I used to live across the street from a Japanese rental car place called Japacar.
Oh, yes. I thought you were going to say Rent-A-Buy Baby.
Now that, yeah, oh god. That does sound like it would be like a cafe in Tokyo somewhere, like a baby cafe.
Yeah.
Like you can just go in and hang out with
that
babies.
Actually reminds me, there are some things in this, over here in America that use Japa in their name.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of unsettling to me.
Yeah, yeah.
There's I think a restaurant or maybe just a food truck called Japa Curry.
I've heard of Japa Dog.
Right, that too. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of too. It's just like, I don't think, it's like people don't seem to bring it up. Like, this seems uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like,
unless you're trying to pronounce like Japa Curry.
Japackery.
Yeah.
I'm sick of you kids and your Japackery.
Yeah, this Japackery.
Like that. It's just like if I opened an Italian place and I just called it...
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball Goombas come out of the woodwork.
You know, you could pronounce it a different way, but I still don't think it's appropriate.
Be an expensive sign.
Yeah, it really would. Probably get into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that comes from the fact, like, I think...
Imagine having that on a sandwich board, having some guy on the street. Sorry.
Daily lunch specials at...
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball Goombas come out of the woodwork.
.com/lunch.
Right. Follow us on Twitter.
Now, I think the Japakar comes from the fact that in Japan they do have rent-a-car. I think it's the same company. Rent-a-car is not. I don't think it's understood to be rent-a-car, as in rent the article a car. I think it's seen as an abbreviated form of the word rental in their eyes.
Yes.
I'm guessing.
No, it's written like that, right? In katakana, it's basically renta.
Yeah, it's rent-a-car. And so I think somebody just made the leap. Hey, let's go with Japakar. That's it's like Japan plus car. No, it's really not.
Right,
I really wouldn't. Probably
yeah.
not a good idea.
They're not experts at that.
No, they're not.
I mean, it's unrelated, but there's also the convenience store Sunkus.
Oh yeah,
Which is supposed to be thanks.
That kills me.
Sunks.
Yeah,
and you read the sign, but it looks like Sunkus.
Yeah, it looks like Sunkus.
Right, Sunkus.
I saw. Oh my god, I so regret not taking a picture of this at the supermarket yesterday. There was a bug killer. It was an ant trap called in Japanese Arikira, which literally means ant killer. But they had then romanized that in English as Ari Killah, like Ghostface Killah, which was awesome. I thought it was great.
Yeah. Did it say? Wait, it said like, was it ARI Ari?
No, I'm sorry. It was ant.
Oh,
it was actually
okay.
Ant Killah.
I thought.
Which, if somebody
kills Jewish guys named Ari,
if an emerging rap artist out there doesn't already have a stage name, got one right here for you.
or nerdcore rapper.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Just call yourself Ari Killah.
That's my DJ R.L. Stein.
Right. Progeny of Two Live Jews.
Well, let me tell you something, my Kraut Mick friend.
No, wait. All right, folks, this is kind of a shorter segment. I think we would close it out with... I've got a new thing I want to try. I've got a new segment here. And this is called... Are you shitting me?
Right.
And this segment is sort of based around... when I see... I pick up bits and pieces of media throughout the week, and I see something that sort of rubs me the wrong way, and I think, what? Why? No, this doesn't make sense. I was on YouTube the other day looking for God knows what, and I came across a clip from a TV show called Magic's Biggest Secrets Finally Revealed. Ray, are you familiar with this TV program?
Yeah, I think I remember when that aired. Yeah.
So yeah, I saw something in this clip that sort of I thought was insulting to the audience. So and to me, sort of to the point where I will sort of slip past the net of rational criticism and dive skull first into a piercing rage, as you saw me do with Final Fantasy XI.
Well, I could play an Italian drop here, but I won't.
Thank you so much. You're above that.
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball Goombas come out of the woodwork.
So, folks, I thought...
I don't.
Nobody does. Folks, I thought I would play for you the offending bit, which I thought at first was going to be really interesting. And then we're going to see, sort of examine why I got angry and maybe what I can do to be less angry in the future.
All right.
Okay, so here we go. This is from an episode of Magic's Biggest Secrets Finally Revealed.
Plus, find out how a famous street magician walked on water while surrounded by witnesses. And much more. Right now on Magic's Biggest Secrets Finally Revealed. Now
that was from the intro. And that got my attention, right? Walking on water. How do you do that trick, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're, who's that guy? Aquaman.
Right.
And I watched the thing, and I was a little disappointed. It turns out that there are two secrets behind this trick. Ray, are you familiar with this trick?
Nope.
Okay. Well...
Please educate me.
Well, they showed a clip of the magician walking across a pool with spectators. Like, people are watching him do this all around him. And I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing. How does he do this? I got to figure it out. Well, that's the nature of the show. That's how they grab you. They show you the trick, and they show you how he did it. And there are two big secrets to this trick. And I'm going to play them right now. Here we go. Here's the first one.
Walking on water. And he did it in a pool surrounded by spectators and his beautiful assistants. So how did the magician create the illusion of walking on water? The secret lies within this industrial-grade clear plexiglass.
Oh.
The plexi is mounted on clear plexiglass legs. When it is submerged in the water and photographed from the correct angles, the plexiglass is invisible and impossible to detect. But as the camera angle changes, the plexiglass becomes visible.
Okay, that's pretty ingenious, right? He uses an invisible platform.
Right.
I like that pretty well. Okay, but it also turns out there's a second part to this trick, which really makes it work. And I'm wondering, I really wonder what that is. Why don't we take a listen?
The next secret is that the assistants and innocent spectators in the pool have been paid to act like they can't see the plexiglass platforms.
Right.
Are you shitting me?
No, I had a hunch.
That's not a secret, though.
That seems like...
You paid them off?
Oh.
How is that magic's biggest secret revealed?
Well, you pay them to keep the secret, and then...
But that's not... It's not sleight of hand. You're... Like, hey, you want to see a card trick? Here's $5. Pretend that this is your card.
Right, but... I know, but... It was an element of the trick.
No, it wasn't. No, it was just... You're paying people.
I mean, the big part is walking on the water.
Oh, wait, I got it. How about when you slip the saw blade into your lovely assistant, it swipes my credit card at the same time?
Right, but...
Right?
That'd be cool, but, not very... People get hired for that stuff all the time.
Folks, can you slide the check under the lid of the sword basket? Can you do that? Can we work out a system of payment here? Is this not insane? Am I crazy?
A little bit.
No. How is this acceptable in any way? This is not magic.
Well, it happens all the time.
Are you really defending this?
Well, I'm just trying to explain.
No, this is bullshit.
It's fairly reasonable.
No.
People get... Alex, are you going to start yelling at me again?
Hey, all right. I got a question. Do the doves accept PayPal? Can I because that would make this whole thing so much easier.
You can't.
No, this
can't hire doves.
You can't pay. This is fucking. I'm out of here. All right.
No, come on,
now
Alex. Alex, come on, Al. Alex.
I can't slam a sliding door.
No More Whoppers, we're back. Alex has returned from another spot of rage.
I think I broke my door.
I do want to say that reminded me of Microsoft, one of Microsoft's E3 press conferences.
Yeah.
Where they came out on stage and there was like a half circle of just like people in the stands behind the guys, and it was all like paid people reacting fakely to everything that came up. That was right before the 360 came out. So,
love it.
Yeah, it was very cheesy. Yes. All right, now that we're back and settled in, let's move on right ahead to the next part of our No More Whoppers book club.
Theme goes here.
Well, hopefully, yes.
Wait, I got a theme song. Hang on.
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball goombas come out of the woodwork.
What's wrong?
That wasn't a good episode. Cheers, by the way. That was... that was not one of my favorites.
No.
But yes, we are reading Top of the Rock by Warren Littlefield, a story of NBC shows that were really popular in the 90s. This time we read chapters 5 and 6. And I have to say up front, these were not exciting chapters.
No.
They were sort of filler, to be completely frank. Chapter 5 is mostly about the the slow rise of Warren Littlefield and his group of people, and then also the entrance of Don Ohlmeyer.
Yeah, that guy.
Was an old hand at NBC brought in to sort of oversee everything that was going on with the comedy and the dramas at the time. At the beginning of the chapter, it's mostly stuff about trying to Warren trying to build up NBC a little bit, like he was trying to get Madonna to do some stuff. And then they arranged to meet, but she had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, yeah."
She had no interest.
That's a problem with that's a problem with agents and managers who don't tell everybody everything.
Yep.
And then he tried to get John Hughes to create a show, at the time, something along the lines of The Breakfast Club or whatever he, this stuff, John Hughes stuff. And then that just sort of petered out. And that's just one of those things that happens, TV business.
And then NBC acquired Peter Doubt, which I thought was quite a coup.
Yeah, right. So the beginning of this is about their 1990-91 season, where they were dropping a little bit.
I was fascinated by Don Ohlmeyer, like as a character.
Yeah.
Like, what was he doing before NBC? He was he ran his own thing. Was that it?
Yeah, basically he was like he made him. It says here he made a name for himself in the glory days of Monday Night Football.
There we go.
So he mostly came from the sports world and stuff like that, and he had his own production company or whatever. Yeah, so NBC was slipping a bit, so Jack Welch from GE sent in Don Ohlmeyer to head up their West Coast, development part.
I like that he was a falling down drunk.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah, pretty much the whole time, and like even when he was sober, he was still an asshole. He was even more of an asshole when he was sober.
Right, yeah, they talk about that.
There's one bit, here's an excerpt from Patty Mann. She says, Warren and Preston had to push so much stuff through Don that they were frustrated. Don was drinking at the time, and he couldn't remember much, so they'd say, "Oh yeah, you approved that yesterday." Yes, and that's how they got a lot of stuff through. That's amazing.
That was one I highlighted, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, I believe somebody mentioned that Ohlmeyer actually did have a lot of respect for the talent, which was a huge boon because, the talent eats that stuff up, and they're more eager to do work.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the good and the bad, I guess. Yeah. The talent is sort of on the outside of the business stuff, and so
yeah.
As long as you want to cultivate that, that's good. Sorry, I'm still laughing about that last quote. But Ohlmeyer was also apparently, good friends with O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to joke about the trial around him because he was part of it. I think was he called up as a witness or a character witness?
Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, and then Preston Beckman, who we mentioned, was sort of Warren's number 2. He said that they almost made a pilot with O.J. Now this, okay, hold on. He says, "We made a pilot starring O.J. with the knife he used to kill his wife." I don't know if that's a joke or not. It does not come off either serious or kidding.
Yeah, I got nothing.
But that's the sentence. But anyway, this pilot was called Frogmen. Like I guess Navy SEALs or whatever. Yep. So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, after Don was sober, there's another guy here on the team, Harold Brooks, saying,
"Oh yeah,
here's my normal work day. Don was getting up early. I'd get a phone call every morning on Don's drive-in. He'd call me about deals, and he'd go off on them. I'd have to pull files once I got to the office, and there was always an email to Don laying out the deal, and there would be an okay from him. So I'd have to go up, and he'd say, 'What idiot signed off on this deal? You did.' So it's like, even when you're sober, you can't...
Yeah.
Yeah, old cagoot.
Wait, I got another little snippet from Harold Brook. Don's first words to me would often be, "What did you fuck up this time?" Or, "What's the bad news?"
That's my management style.
Yeah, it really is. I would love, having to deal with somebody whose initial response to you asking for help is,
"Get out."
Yeah, that's me for sure.
Doesn't sound like a very comforting corporate atmosphere.
Every time you're talking to me on the IM, I'm just like, "What'd you do this time?"
Yeah. And apparently
What do you want me to try and buy with PayPal this time?
10 million gil.
Fun bucks.
Apparently he was also like a big guy.
Yeah. I've seen pictures and footage of
him.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
He's a guy who probably played football, which is why he was involved in sports.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a footballer.
When I read the book, I imagine him as like a young sort of Lawrence Tierney, who you may remember from Reservoir Dogs and The Simpsons, and actual other movies that he was in before he was.
He was in Seinfeld as Elaine's dad. That one episode. Yeah.
And he was sort of not blacklisted, but he sort of lost work in Hollywood just because he was so famously difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
And I imagine Ohlmeyer having a sort of similar mentality of, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and if you're not doing it with me, then I don't care. It's like
just one of those hardened guys.
Yes, very, very hardened, and very, very just set and doing exactly what he wants to do.
Yeah, Beckman also says he's like an abusive dad.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I think that pretty much crystallizes it.
Now, was that chapter 5?
It was.
Okay.
And I wanted to say also that Don Ohlmeyer was basically the guy who got Norm Macdonald fired from SNL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Norm was joking too much about O.J. Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
And other things, I guess,
Yes.
Remember that time Norm said fuck accidentally on the air?
No.
Yeah. No, that's funny to me, because then he goes, what the fuck was that all about, or something like that. Then people start laughing, and he catches himself. He's like, oh, this is my farewell performance.
Last weekend in Washington, a new museum dedicated to broadcast jerk. Ah! Fuck was that? Last weekend in Washington, a new museum. My farewell performance. Last weekend.
Man, that I think that everyone's favorite Norm clip is like him on Conan like 12 years ago.
Yes, of course.
That's still the best.
Yep.
Anyway,
that's
what was chapter 6 about now? I can't recall.
Chapter 6, mostly about Mad About You.
That's right. Yeah, there we go.
It's about Paul Reiser mostly trying to get the show going. He had his partner trying to write the show, and there was a lot of hullabaloo about the script and all that, and good hullabaloo, I suppose. They tried to get someone to play Paul Reiser's wife, and they originally found Helen Hunt at like a party that Paul was at.
Oh yeah.
He was there with his wife, and he hit it off with Helen Hunt, so he decided to get her for the pilot or whatever. It was going to be Terry Hatcher, which I don't see happening, so I can't see that.
No.
Terry Hatcher, especially back then, was this super hot, actress. It didn't really seem to fit. Plus, also still dark haired like Paul Reiser. No, you need that blonde.
Gotta have the contrast, like you and me, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, let me tell you something, my Kraut Mick friend.
All right.
Insert Mad About You theme here. But yeah, the thing fuck you. I think one of the things that they illustrated about Paul Reiser was that he was a comedian like Seinfeld, but he also had acting chops.
Yes.
So going in, it was much easier for him to adapt to the show. Because he was in Diner and Alien and all that bit of
Hey, Aliens.
Oh, was it Aliens? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I took a chance and it was wrong. I never seen them, okay? God.
They're good movies. Well, the first two are good.
Before that, he did a pilot called Wonderland Trucking.
The third one's all right. It's a little too David Lynchy.
Sorry.
Trucking, yeah, truckers, plastics.
Wonderland Trucking, where Paul Reiser tried to be a pretend trucker.
He does not fit as a trucker.
But then he was in My Two Dads.
Okay.
And that was his first sort of step into series TV.
See, here's how my mind works. I've never seen My Two Dads, and when my brain tries to pull it, I just see images from My Three Sons.
Right, exactly.
That's how my brain works.
No, mine too, because I'm in the exact same spot.
Okay.
So. Yeah, Paul was thinking of it like the domestic version of Seinfeld, Mad About You was.
Yeah. But that wouldn't appeal to me. I've never really seen Mad About You. Just that idea doesn't appeal to me because I liked Seinfeld because it was not as domestic.
Yes, but I and that's why I think most of you and I didn't really have anything to do with Mad About You.
Yeah,
because we were not 30-year-old newlyweds.
Yeah. So I'm fine to wrap up this installment of the book club if you are, because I got nothing.
No, I mean, I just wanted to continue with that, saying that, I looked at some clips of Mad About You after I read this.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, yeah. Yeah, I just,
long story short, you bought the whole series.
Yeah, exactly. I'm now the owner of a 8-foot tall stack of Mad About
Ray.
No, I mean, yeah, it's like even now I just can't understand it really. They had some nice sets. It was a nice bright house set. Yeah, that was cool. But I can definitely see why it was the thing that Susan made George watch after they got engaged.
Oh yeah,
just like it was one of those shows for those type of people. Yeah, not us yet. Anyway, although there was an episode in the first season with Jerry Lewis.
Really?
He guested.
Was he?
This was before he was obese and cantankerous.
Ah, okay.
So probably still cantankerous, but not as fat.
Oh.
He played some weird billionaire guy who tried to get Paul a movie deal because his character was a filmmaker. So.
I find more shows do need the deranged billionaire character.
Yes, well, this was very deranged.
Okay.
You can go ahead and look for that. I think it was season 1, episode 16 or 17. So, if you really care that
much.
I'm
not going to do that at all.
All right,
I'm going to be upfront with you right now.
Just saying. Maybe someone listening. Maybe we have some newlyweds in the listenership who would want to go back and check out Mad About You.
Hey there, my name's Alex.
Anybody? Okay.
Get out.
And yeah, I guess the end of the Mad About You stuff was, it got tossed around in the schedule after a couple years and just sort of moved to Sundays, where that sort of killed it in a way. Slowly, but it killed it.
Yeah, wait, it was Sunday at 4 a.m.? No, that's not right. But it was a crazy time.
Yeah, it was basically just a Sunday night at 8.
No, was it 8?
Yeah.
I thought the time was also wrong.
No, there's a joke. There's Paul Reiser jokes here where he says, then we got tossed out of Thursday. That was the tough part. Wednesday, Monday, every day but Friday. Then Warren put us on a Sunday afternoon at 4. That seemed ill-advised.
That's it. Oh, was that a joke?
That's how I read that. I think, yeah, I read that as a joke.
Oh, well, that went over my head then. Because I actually thought they went on at 4.
That's comedy nerd Alex Friola.
It's a book! I can't infer this shit from a book, you son of a bitch! You think I'm some kind of fucking mind reader?
So yeah, Mad About You. That's really all the insight that we have, pretty much. Helen Hunt says that the closest thing to Mad About You would be Modern Family, which I don't really agree with.
Yeah.
Because Modern Family has a lot more characters and dimensions to it. It's just a family. There you go. But yes, so that's it for our segment of the book club for this week. Next week, 7 and 8 chapters. 7 and 8. And if you want hints to what those are about, 7 is mostly about Frasier.
Oh, you're going to love that one.
Yeah.
8?
8's about friends.
Like us?
No.
You're a good friend.
No, those Gen Xer kids.
You're a good friend. You're a good friend.
I'll be there for you.
You're a good friend.
I'll be there for you.
I hate
when the rain starts to pour.
I used to like watching the reruns, but I had to turn the TV off during the theme song or mute it. I just could not. I hate the song so much.
Yeah, I think,
and I know other people who do the same thing. They cannot listen to that theme song. It's awful.
Well, we'll talk about it when we
get to
yes,
we will.
I have some embarrassing things along that line.
All right, that's fine.
Share.
Chandler cosplay. We're friendly here. We're all good here.
No.
We are LGBT approved. All right.
I bought a monkey so I could be like Roth.
Before we end this segment, speaking of NBC, I had a weird mental Seinfeld moment the other day. A guy came to my door to collect money for, I guess everybody in this complex has to pay a community fee. I don't know what it's for, but you have to pay it.
It's based on a TV show Community.
Again with the Community.
You said it.
No, Ray, Community was a word before it was a show.
They pay money to support Joel McHale.
We'll make that as a donation bonus.
And it's about 2,400 yen everybody has to pay. So I'm like, all right, well, I got no choice here. And the guy who answered my door is a big dude, this big Japanese dude.
Like Lawrence Tierney?
Yeah, he was like Lawrence Tierney with kind of a half beard going on and really, really long fingernails. But he was really, really nice. He was very polite. He explained the whole thing.
Wow.
You are now a bum.
And my company had said before I moved in, to expect the community fee at around that time. So I was expecting, all right. So I gave him the money. And I
must say, this right off the bat, this sounds like a scam.
No. It's all legit.
Someone comes around to take money for no reason.
No, he gave me a thing. It's I can't explain it.
Okay, a thing that explains it. I'm sorry. Continue.
Get out.
And I was in, like, I had just gotten home from work, and I was really tired. I took off my dress shirt, and I put on shorts. I was just wearing a T-shirt and shorts, and as I'm reaching my wallet, I guess he saw my tattoo. And he said, hey, you have a tattoo? And I said, yes, I do. And I didn't want to show it to him. I didn't know if he wanted to see it, and I didn't want to risk it, so I didn't show it to him. Because if nobody really wants to see it, or if you're not a Dragon Quest fan, a Dragon Quest tattoo looks kind of stupid.
Yes.
So I let it drop, and I just gave him the money and left. And then I realized, as I was running through the conversation in my head after the fact, that when he asked me about the tattoo, and I just sort of blew it off, I think what I sounded like was,
Yeah, that's right.
oh, you have a tattoo?
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
I think he may have thought I was affecting this sort of tough guy thing, when really I was just embarrassed to share a video game tattoo with somebody who probably doesn't play the game.
Well, you are a rolling badass.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway.
Part of the Dragon Quest gang from out there in IG.
Yeah, our initiation is to mug a guy and then do a solo hero run of Dragon Quest 3.
Yeah. It's very intensive. Well, that's great. All right, well, let's continue, shall we? Something big now.
Oh, yeah, folks.
When this show goes up, it will be during the time when I go to E3, the big game expo, for this year. That actually is only tangentially related to what I'm about to talk about. But nonetheless, it made me think of that, so I decided to bring it up. And that is something that some people have wondered about this particular show, and that is the name No More Whoppers. Where does it come from? What does it mean? Are you just trying to promote Burger King? Well, to that end, no, we're not. But I'm going to go ahead and give you right now the origin story of No More Whoppers. It would have helped if you'd given us some money, maybe if we did it after a certain goal.
No.
But no, it's okay. It's okay. No, I'm sorry. I know. I go off on that.
It's ridiculous.
It's fine. Whatever. I just, like $800, that's all. Okay, anyway. Alex, let's turn back the clock to 1994. It's
1994?
Spring, I believe. Right, 1994.
Okay.
It's spring. I'm in 5th grade.
Okay.
And it's close to the end of the school year. And recently in this school year, 5th grade, we've been studying the Lewis and Clark journey to the West.
Oh, yeah.
They're the classic journey of these American explorers going off to the West Coast to try and, find trade routes and learn about the environments and all that.
Were you playing any Oregon Trail?
No, that's different.
Okay.
That was after.
Okay.
That was after Lewis
there
and
we
Clark.
Go.
Because they needed to do that first, you said.
Yes.
Sacagawea.
Yeah, passage to India, I get it.
No, it's okay. All right, so one day, I believe this, I actually think we were studying this all year. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, our teacher, cool guy, very, very, very nice teacher, no complaints. He announces one day that we're going to take the mother of all field trips.
Ooh.
What we're going to do is we're going to go down to Oregon to the end point of the Lewis and Clark Trail, where there's a historical site in there in a town called Seaside. That was like their big endpoint there, and so on. So this is going to go on for about a week, I think. Maybe it was just a few days. But anyway, it's going to be a big thing. The whole class is going. We're getting custom T-shirts made.
Whoa.
Our teacher's videotaping it. We're all going to get copies and all that stuff. So that was great.
Sounds very exciting.
Yeah. So, anyway, excitement builds and all that. The big day comes. We get to school early in the morning, and we all pack into the bus, and down we go to Oregon. It's the entire class and a few of their parents, and we're all loaded into the bus, and we're going to take that big old road trip down there. Pretty good. Pretty fun start, and it was a pretty good first day. Everybody's excited. We had a couple stops along the way. Because we did have a
little pee break.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. A couple pee breaks. We had an itinerary. We weren't just going to go down to that town and then, go back up.
Going to see many things.
We had some other things to check out. It's very fun. And that evening, on that first day, we're supposed to stay in the gym of a middle school in, I believe, Astoria, Oregon.
Ah, yes.
We got permission to go out in this gym and just stay there for the night. No big deal. So yeah. But before that, we got to go have dinner, right?
Oh, yes.
Because sun's setting.
Kids got to eat.
Kids got to eat. And the parents, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget that. So we're in Astoria. We're close to that middle school. And so we pull into a nearby Burger King. And it's a bit of a madhouse afterwards, but everybody gets fed, and some of us get crowns, and it's really cool. Nice way to end the day.
Yeah.
Now, BK is obviously important here, but the story does not end here. There's much more to tell. So, the sun is setting, and we gotta go sleep finally. So onto that school we go.
Okay.
And we get to the school, and we all pile into this huge gym.
Oh my.
It's on the we're on the basketball court.
Did you bring sleeping bags or what?
Absolutely. Boys and girls, opposite sides.
Oh.
Just a sea of sleeping bags the whole way.
Yep.
So we get ourselves all dressed down and cleaned up. We use the showers. I can't remember if I actually used the showers.
No, wait, quick question / observation. You went to a very small school, is that right?
Not in elementary school.
Oh, this is elementary. Okay, yeah, my bad. All right.
5th grade.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So yeah, we all use the shower. I don't remember if I used the showers. I think
were there chaperones in the gym as you went to sleep?
Well, just the parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think side note, not wanting to use gym showers was a big reason I skipped public school in middle school.
Wow.
So
I did that in middle school, but I just kept my gym shorts on. Didn't really make a difference. That's what most kids did.
Well, I didn't know you could.
Nobody wants to get bare ass naked in the middle school shower room.
Know.
Well, you can.
No, I thought I was scared out of my mind.
Hack the planet. Sorry.
Thanks, Angelina Jolie. So we're all settled in, and we get our evening entertainment because, we're still not done with everything. And so our teacher procures a TV cart and pulls out in the gym.
Oh, nice.
And we all gather around to watch
Mad About You.
Mad World on VHS. Did I say too many mads?
No, it's 7 mads.
Okay. I think it's actually 4.
Oh, is it 4?
I think it's 4. So yeah, that was fun. That was the first time I'd seen that movie. Obviously, as you might guess from a 5th grader.
Oh yeah.
I think that was I don't know. It's just weird. I think it was definitely from our teacher's generation. One of their favorite comedy movies or whatever. It's like if we taught a 5th grade class and we decided to watch, I don't know, the Bottle Rocket or something.
Okay. Oh wait, I know what I was thinking of. It was there were 7 mads in a Gary Larson cartoon. There was a Far Side called "It's a Mad Intestinal Tract."
Okay,
that's true.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, good first day. That was fun. Movie was good. We all went to sleep. All right, so morning comes. It's day 2. We're not quite at our destination, obviously, but we have other spots to check out along the way, like I said. And then so it's breakfast time. I think we're at the back of the school. We just have some snacky type foods.
Delicious.
For breakfast.
Are you talking like a bagel, a donut?
I believe a bagel.
Oh,
some bagel.
That's good.
Some orange drink.
Oh, good.
Purple stuff.
Purple drink.
But I'm noticing a tiny bit of commotion, though. Some of the kids are picking on this one kid, Mark. Now, Mark was a pudgy kid, curly hair. If there are any gamers listening, just think of like a child Vic Ireland. You'll know what that means. And then he was kind of a non-entity, though. He wasn't really, a plus or a minus, really. But he harmless. But he'd be picked on, for really no reason besides being alone, I guess, or whatever bullshit kids come up with to harass somebody. So they're mocking Mark. Everybody's kind of ganging up on Mark and just not letting him off the hook for this thing that happened.
Poor kid. Did he wet himself?
No.
What did he?
I sort of wet myself in a way. I sort of woke up in a puddle of drool. I don't want.
Oh goodness!
Yeah, that was, okay. I just let that pass. I didn't really say anything about that.
Well, anyway. Surely he did something embarrassing.
Indeed.
Did he ate too many bagels?
No, it was too early.
Okay.
For that. That thing was that during the night, someone believed to be Mark had yelled out in their sleep, "No more Whoppers!" Apparently, the Burger King visit had affected the subconscious of the accused on some level. So, this became a thing now. I didn't hear it now because I'm a deep sleeper, always have been. I didn't really hear this at all.
You're a drooling sleeper.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Don't get me started. Sorry. Later on, I thought, well, it could have been me, but maybe not, because unlike Mark, I had definable friends that I was sleeping next to, and they could have heard it, and I'd be the one in trouble. Technically. So yeah, Mark's field trip was immediately ruined, because he was continually teased for the rest of the day for screaming "No more Whoppers" in his sleep, allegedly. And I think at one point he finally broke down in the afternoon.
Oh no!
Something like that. Maybe he just peed his pants out from the
And
stress.
we're immortalizing his awkwardness with this shitty program?
I'm sure he's fine now. He's probably married with kids. Everything's fine. I gotta hope for the best. I'm the one that got screwed.
Are there any famous Marks our age who it could be? Like
no. Who look like the guy?
Yeah.
So that would. So I don't remember anything about the breakdown part. I just remember all of us gathered around outside after we stopped somewhere, and everybody's still picking on Mark for saying "No more Whoppers." But that is really the core of the "No more Whoppers" story. That's the starting point for all of this.
Right. Oh, and that's not the end of the story, folks. This continues.
No, I should say also that the field trip was great for me. I loved it.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
a great trip.
you learned about
the rest of the week. Lewis and Clark
yes.
stuff. It was going to Oregon's great. It's a beautiful, beautiful state. I love it a whole lot.
Lois and Clark
walked on the beach a little bit. Yes, Terry Hatcher, right? We mentioned her.
Yeah, Terry Pratchett.
Met Terry Hatcher. Oh. Yeah, we went to Fort Clatsop, I believe.
That's a made-up name.
To learn about that. No, it's an
Ray, that's
a Native American
that's a
name.
Simpsons gag. That's not.
Come on.
Are you sure?
No, come on.
Because I'm Italian, you know.
Don't be like that. It's a real name.
Get out.
We learned how a rifle works.
Get out.
How one of their muskets worked, I should say.
No.
Alex, would you stop?
Rifles, muskets, we got it all.
Not done. Okay. So anyway, I had this story in my... I'm just going.
Oh no! When I said the story wasn't over, I meant the story of us, like the entire epic saga.
Yes.
This is more of our episode 1, if you will. Where the little boy known as Ray, we know he's going to grow up to be Darth Vader, right? But we're
right because of the shadow projected on the wall of the
desert
thing. Yeah. Okay, so I had this story in my head for quite a while. It was very memorable, but I didn't really get to share it for many years. It never really came up when I had other friends around. So the No More Whopper story was just sort of in my head until I met Alex.
Hi.
I'm Alex.
Yeah. Yes, that's me.
And this is where E3 comes in. Now, I don't remember which E3 this
was. It was our first.
I thought it was our first or our second, because I thought maybe Joel was involved.
It was... no. It might have been the second.
Yeah, so I think it was the second one. Let's just say 2003, okay?
Okay.
It doesn't really have a huge bearing on the story. Yes. Point was, we were well into our friendship, let's just say.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, I ended up telling the No More Whoppers story in our hotel room to Alex and whoever else was there for the first time.
I thoroughly enjoyed this tale.
Yes, absolutely. Because I'm telling it, we're getting all giggly in our trademark.
As friends tend to do in a hotel room.
Yes. And so at the time I had a little voice recorder, a little digital voice recorder, because who knows when I'd be able to interview my idols at E3. Never really happened. But anyway, I have this little digital recorder. And somehow, in some sort of way, Alex gets a hold of it. And then he goes...
No more Whoppers.
And then it's locked into our lives. Yeah. Because No More Whoppers was no longer this story I told, but it was now a shared moment between me and Alex and whoever else was there.
Yeah.
And in other words, it was another one of our many inside jokes.
And I believe that recording stayed on your recorder the whole year, and the next year we still played it back.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't remember that.
I recall that distinctly.
I mean, look, I put it on my computer. Thank God, it's immortalized still for the foreseeable future. Yeah. But yes, it was another one of our inside jokes until February 2012 when we named our new podcast
Grammar Girl.
And and that is basically the end of the story for now.
And that little boy's name was Ray Barnhold.
Page 2.
Page 2.
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball goombas come out of the woodwork.
So yes, thank you everyone. Everyone who asked what the name meant.
Yes.
Now you know. Please keep this episode in case you may want to tell people.
Keep this in your glove compartment with your proof of registration.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Proof of insurance.
Have it stapled to your passport.
Right. So
when you re-enter the country.
Anytime you get pulled over by an officer, all you have to do is open your compartment and say,
More Whoppers.
That's teamwork.
How about once more, just for fun?
All right.
More Whoppers.
Good times.
Just like yesterday.
Yeah. That's little Alex from 2003. Can you believe it? that recording is 9 years old.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. I was 19? Jesus.
Yes, you were.
My God.
Yes, we were.
My God. Good for you. Oh, I was I was like 28 when I said that one. That was amazing. That takes me back.
So yeah, that's. I thought it was a good time to bring that up with E3 coming up, and hopefully in the week after this episode, I'll have a report. No, 2 weeks after, I'll come back from E3, and maybe I'll have something to talk about from there.
Oh boy!
Unfortunately, you won't be joining me because you gave up that shit long ago.
I live in Japan.
So that was at least, well, it was 4 good E3s together. But this will actually be my 10th anniversary of going. For you, it would have been.
Yeah.
But you don't care about video games anymore, except the ones that you try to pay for.
I'm dead now. Yeah, that's true. Well, video games have sort of moved beyond what I'm interested in now.
Yeah, that's... Well,
video games as a whole. Like I think I've gotten into this before. I'm not going to get into it again, but yeah, there's new games now just don't interest me.
I'm wondering, what is the game that would interest you the least from today's climate?
Okay, well,
I'm fucking with
any
you.
shooter, anything indie, any racing game, any first-person shooter.
Okay.
I just can't be
So
bothered to.
So nothing's
give
changed.
Right. Yeah.
Bye, Alex.
Bye, everyone. No shit. I just didn't mean to hit that.
No, that was great.
God damn.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Damn it.
Good night, Seattle. We love you.
Jesus.
So yeah, that should be fun for me at least. And,
I hope you have fun. Take a lot of pictures.
I'm coming back right before we record again, so everything will be fine.
I was really hoping for I'm coming back loaded.
I'm coming back loaded.
Yeah, please, take a lot of pictures and just Photoshop me into them.
Oh, okay.
Here's a palm
You're
tree.
giving me permission?
Here we are at California Pizza Kitchen.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'll go there.
No, that was always fun.
Yeah, that was. I haven't been there in the years since, though. I don't.
Well,
not since you abandoned me.
What the fuck do you want here? Look, I'm not your caretaker. I'm not gonna be by you your entire fucking life.
Jesus Christ! Sorry that you're my best friend. Okay.
It doesn't mean I'm gonna put up with your bullshit every goddamn day of. Well, I hope you have fun.
That's the story. I can't wait to see more new Wii U stuff.
Yeah. New Wii U.
And,
Wii U.
like booth page or something.
Oh, God. Well, if
I'm lonely.
If there's any more Mithra there, there's probably not going to be. Never mind.
No, maybe not. There's supposed to be, speaking of Final Fantasy stuff, though, there's supposed to be a new Final Fantasy 14 trailer because they're upgrading to 2.0. And that was in their roadmap. They're going to have a brand new trailer for E3. Won't that be exciting? Title Tone.
Oh, hang on. I got it right here.
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball goombas come out of the woodwork.
No,
it is a lot like my phone.
Is that not? No. That'd be great if that's your dial tone every time you pick up your phone.
Yes.
Oh, gotta make a call.
I don't care.
All right.
Let's take a break.
All right, folks, we're gonna take one more break. I gotta catch my breath after all this.
Some guy on the net thinks I suck, and he should know he's got his own blog. Some guy on the net thinks I suck, and he should know he's got his own blog. I'm a loser, I'm a poser, yeah really, it's over, I mean it and I quit.
All right, we're getting a bit closer to the end of the show. Alex, you feeling okay?
Kyle!
Great. All right, fine. I wanted to add, though, at the end of the No More Whoppers story that I do have many other field trip stories from my time at middle school and high school.
Ooh, so do I.
Because I went to a private school and they were big on that.
Ooh, I didn't.
So,
I still got stories though. We should make that a segment.
Maybe. I'm not that great at remembering them. In fact, there's maybe only like one or two key ones that I remember well.
Because I got a great story about me and Brad and Smoo running into a woman who was high out of her fucking mind in a stairwell in New York City.
All right, no spoilers. Okay. Let's save it for the show.
All right, okay, we're saving it.
Wait a minute. Oh, we're on the show though.
We'll save it for our next show.
Well, let's go into hour 3. All right, so that we're getting to the end of the show, and that means I think time for some donor thanks.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, folks, check it out. We've only got one new donor since last week. All right, but I'm going to read off a special message as I usually do, folks. Let me refresh your memory on this. I will write out a special message in length equal to the amount of dollars they have donated in seconds. Dollars to seconds. So
that's US dollars.
Right. $5 get you 5 seconds. So
yes.
All right, folks, we only have one donor this week. As usual, last names have been changed to a hilarious variant on their surname to protect identity. So here we go. Adam Molecule.
All right, and go.
All right, Adam Molecule works for Rockin' Android, indie gaming direct from Japan. You can find this gentleman on Twitter at Tidegear. Here's a hilarious excerpt tweet. Ooh, cool, I'll check it out when I get home. His message to us, anything from Buckaroo Banzai. I've never seen Buckaroo Banzai, so I got nothing. According to Wikipedia, he was first chair cellist for the Prague Philharmonic until his battle with Spastic. All right, so Adam, thank you very much for your donation. We are
yes, indeed,
putting your funds to good work here at No More Whoppers.
Very nice.
Any other business to take care of? I got nothing.
No, nothing except the usual, because it's time to wrap up the show.
That's right.
So, of course, as always, check us out on Twitter, No More Whoppers. And, of course, our main site, nomorewhoppers.tumblr.com.
Oh, yeah.
Our Facebook page, still a few weeks old.
That's right.
But could be a little bit more active.
Well, I like that we have.
I'm looking right at you.
You're looking at me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the social media manager of this outfit.
Friendster.com/NMW.
You have to engage the audience and leverage their clicks or something.
Expanding our net presence.
Well, let me tell you something, my Kraut Mick friend.
Wow, no.
Accepting donations in a safe, secure environment.
My wallet's gone! Yes. My wallet's
gone! All
right. That's going to kill me every time. Just so you know. Yes, Facebook. Yeah, we said the main things. Of course, also, don't forget, we could use some more reviews on iTunes.
That's right. We
ratings and written reviews.
Yeah, I think we're in pretty good standing. We got a lot of 5-star reviews. Thank you guys very much. Very positive, but we need more.
Yeah, because the ideal thing is that, the more good reviews that we get, and really the more downloads as well, we'll be boosted up.
Yes, because, unfortunately, that's the way that it works with iTunes. It's not actually downloads, it's reviews, right? It's not based on downloads?
Right. No, because they can't really track
exactly. That. So it's all done with reviews. Please leave a nice review, nice 5 stars, if you can find it in your heart.
Yes, of course. Yeah, 5 is good. If they had 6, we'd tell you to do 6.
You like 6? 6 is good.
No,
Sorry.
No, don't. We should make that a draw of you saying it.
We'll make that as a donation bonus.
Yeah, I just remembered iTunes because I don't think we've said it enough in the past few weeks.
iTunes.
Yes, and iTunes. All right, well, I think that's all that we have to say for
I think so. Wow, this is a lengthy one. Folks, thanks for sticking it.
Yep, very fun.
Thanks for sticking it to the man with us.
We laughed, we cried, we got mad at Square Enix.
I think we grew a little.
Yeah.
We did indeed. And gold subscribers, stick around. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Oh, hey, if you happen to see the most beautiful girl who walked out on me, tell her I'm sorry. Tell her I need my baby. Oh, won't you tell her that I love her? Oh, hey.
George, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave.